And that is right. Two guests are patiently waiting. But I am the number one heel, the money maker, deal maker, the one and only Ricky Goldman. Before my guest comes in, few bits of promotion out the way first. So, go ahead, follow me on Twitter, Rick the Rock 30. Go on view and like WWE World Wrestling Alliance on Facebook, and like and subscribe for those two shout-outs. So, grab your drinks, have your ice lolly on the go, and let's go with this as I bring in one of my first guests. First time on the show. Great to be doing this with him, and he is the magnificent. Let's bring him in. There we go. Matt. Jesus. And how are you today, Matt? That was my champagne falling over.
I've been called worse than Jesus, trust me. I am the magnificent Matt Willis, yes, and I am here to add some magnificence to this golden shower of a podcast.
Golden shower, maybe not. Anyway, second guest has joined me before. I can't remember when. WrestleMania. There we go. And he is Billy Ray Dog. How are you today? Wherever you are, where are you?
Pretty good.
Where are you? Quickly.
Main event.
Okay, I don't know where that is. Anyway, so this will be so many pictures here. Jesus. The almost Summerslam predictions. Well, first of all, both Billy and Matt, what do you think of the card that's been made? Unless when the match gets added, maybe Nakamura and Apollo Crews, but so far, what do you think of the card?
After you, Billy.
I really don't like the card at all. It's supposed to be bigger than WrestleMania. It's not.
Outside of Rollins and Edge and Reigns and Cena, yeah. Ugh. Anyway, what do you think, Matt?
The card's okay. It's a good card, but seeing as how they have built it as big as Mania this year, as Billy was saying, this is. It seems like it's just lacking a little something else. I mean, will Roman versus Cena be good? It should be good. Will Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks 2 be good? It should be good. The first one was great. Will the Usos be good? We'll get into that obviously later on as we go through the show, of course. There's some matches in here. I personally think this will be it. I think it's probably the best SummerSlam card they could put on. But at the same time, I'm excited about some of these matches. Some of them I'm a little bit about, but who knows? Maybe they're going to blow us away.
Okay, so we'll get into the first match that we're all looking forward to. I don't know what order this will be, so there's any particular order, but it will be Alexa Bliss versus Eva Marie. Hooray! Okay, Matt, you go first. Eva Bliss, who's winning?
Well, all the smart money is on Alexa Bliss winning this one, and to be fair, I would say probably if it was anybody apart from me answering this question, it would be Alexa Bliss and move on. Eva Marie's winning this one, but not because of anything she does. This is where Bray Wyatt returns.
He's done. I think Bray's done. Apparently,
to be fair,
I read today he's done completely.
Maybe he is, but every now and again I do like to just let my booking brain go mad. So for me, Eva Marie to go over, I want Bray to be the one that causes it, but if not, Doudrop. Why not? Why not Doudrop finally showing what she's all about? But yeah, Eva Marie to win this one. Don't want it to happen, but I think it will.
Okay, Billy in a wind tunnel. Who are you going for?
I'm going for Alexa Bliss because Alexa Bliss is gonna win because they're gonna want to keep the Fiend up and going, so they're gonna go with all of that, and they're gonna probably end up with her easily picking up the victory. But Eva Marie's gonna show off what she's learned wrestling.
Okay, I think Eva Marie. She gets a lot of hate. This is where Doudrop's going to help her win. She's going to get the win and, well, whatever. Maybe go after the title. Does anybody care? Not really.
You don't look happy about it.
What? Well,
You look
who
happy
cares about
about
Eva
it.
Marie? Like, where'd he go?
To be fair, the weird thing is that Eva can wrestle. We have seen that she can wrestle. She's not in Alexa Bliss's league, but she can wrestle better than some of the divas could do back in the day. So, maybe she has done a thing or two. We haven't seen it yet since she's been back.
Billy's gone. Let's see if he comes back. Oh, there he is. Jesus. In, out, in, out. Right, Billy, what happened there?
Technical difficulties on my phone, which I dropped it.
That'll do it.
Maybe keep hold of it. Anyway, let's get to the next match that should be good. But again, is it Summerslam size? No, it's not. Okay, bro. Randy Orton and Riddle taking on AJ Styles and Omos for the Raw Tag Team titles. I'll take this first. Has Styles built up the tag team division? Yes. But it's like, who cares? Omos is all right. So I'm going to pick OK Bro to win, I think. I like Orton and I like Riddle, so yeah, they're winning. Billy, who are you picking?
I'm going with RK Bro. It's because there's two big stars right there that can help elevate the tag team division even more compared to what Omos has really done. Really not much to the tag team division.
Styles, well, yeah, Orton's a 14-time world champion, so yeah. Okay then, Matt, new champions or are they retaining?
Champions retaining because Riddle's going to turn on Orton. Don't want it to happen, but the sort of thing you can see. Riddle's been urging Orton to help come back, sort of thing. And then this is the sort of thing we've seen countless times. Then the sudden swerve. At some point it's going to happen. I just know that they get itchy trigger fingers and they're going to pull the trigger a bit early on it. Because let's face it, Matt Riddle turning on Randy Orton, I think there's heat. I want to see the rivalry between Riddle and Orton because that I think has got legs in it. I don't like Orton as a face, but he'd be the face in this situation. I'd like to see Riddle as a heel, so that's why I'm saying Orton and Riddle to not win the titles because Orton gets beaten by Omos and Styles, and Riddle then gets angry with him, nails him with Bro Derek and leaves.
I think that turns Riddle heel. He's a better face. Even though as goofy as hell, he's better face. And if it's not them, as Styles said on Raw, there's no one left. But the case of there's no one left.
True. I could be wrong, but
it's basically a case of that's all that's left. They're winning. Is it any shocker? Not really, but a nice little push for Riddle, so why not? Next match. This will be decent. Drew McIntyre taking on Jinder Mahal. Okay, Drew's now fallen off a cliff. If he looks just like part of the roster, doesn't feel anything special, doesn't feel like, Drew McIntyre, just feel like, yeah, Drew McIntyre, that's it. Then Raw's awful anyway, apart from Orton. That's it. Anyway, so Matt, Mahal, or McIntyre?
The smart money's on McIntyre winning this one because let's face it, Drew is the. I think win or lose, McIntyre is so over that it won't hurt him. I think Jinder needs the rub here. big time because I think that he's really good as a heel. Jinder's a very good heel. Very inciting the crowd. The fact that Veer and Shanky are both banned from ringside. I'm sticking with McIntyre because it's looking pretty likely. This is probably the one that I get wrong very, very badly because McIntyre is the obvious favourite. And yeah, it's not likely you're going to be wrong here. If McIntyre doesn't win this very quickly, I'd be extremely surprised.
I think it'll go a little while, but yeah. Billy, still in the win till I don't know where you are. You're anyway. Who are you picking?
I'm going with Jinder Mahal because Jinder Mahal needs this victory over Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre can look strong in the match and still end up losing because of distraction or something to make him look strong, and then they end it. They can push Jinder Mahal versus Bobby Lashley later down the line.
Oh, not again. Jesus, no. But winner of this match for McIntyre, from WWE champion to number one contender to this, it's just okay. Next match, I'm looking forward to, and I like this guy. So, Sheamus versus Damian Priest for the US Championship. I like Damian Priest. I like the push he's getting. So I'm going to take this first. Priest to win. Hopefully he wins. Yeah, this should be a good one. It should be a nice little battle. But is it big enough for SummerSlam? No. Sheamus taking the win. Billy, are we going to see a new champion, or does Sheamus walk out with the gold?
Sheamus is probably walking out with the gold because this is most likely his last run as a champion in WWE. Because he's on his way out, so they're going to give him one long, good run because he's been with the company so long. And Damian Priest can hold off another year or two.
Damian Priest is so over right now. I mean, he was over in the Thunderdome. He's over even more in front of people. It's fantastic. Sheamus and Priest will have a really good physical match. Sheamus has been playing up the facial injury. Whether or not he actually still has that injury, probably not.
He looks like he has. Have you seen his eyes? He has still looks swollen. So I don't know.
To be fair, if he's not, he's playing up really, really well. It's a fantastic little role they got going on. But the thing is that I'm expecting Damian Priest to win the match, but not the championship. Because Miz and Morrison are still hanging around. So they need something to do at SummerSlam, and costing Priest the championship is right up there. It's right up the street, to be fair. So yeah, I think Priest to win the match, but not the title.
I forgot about Miz and Morrison. Very quickly, I'll take 20 seconds to talk about them. Awful. What Morrison's doing is awful. I thought they finally turned him on TV, on Raw. Finally switched it up. No. They're awful. And Miz is just pulling Morrison down.
Doesn't mean that they won't eventually. Doesn't mean it won't turn eventually. It's going to happen at some point. Just when.
Well, hopefully. I would have done it on Raw. There you go. Anyway, we'll take a quick little break here. So, I'll play this. There.
I'm going to double check the time after this. What?
I'm not sure what happened there.
I don't know. You might have lagged out.
The golden one's tagged out.
What the heck?
I'm not entirely sure how that can happen, seeing as we're not even the hosts.
Yeah, what I'm saying. but we're still live. So I know one of the match cards on top of my head. Sasha Banks versus Belair. Who do you got?
Oh, Sasha Banks and Bianca. Oh, hello. The man himself is returning to us right on the screen. There he is. Welcome back, Golden One.
Jesus, sorry about that. It froze. I had to out back in. Anyway, that's where you get my t-shirts, protein tees, Goldman's. There's 5 designs, not 3. I don't know why it froze, but it did. But anyway, let's go to the next match.
Okay.
Again, so many pictures. What's Billy doing?
I think he was doing his impression of D'Lo Brown.
So if this match happens as written as it won't, let's predict it anyway. This will be a good one, but again, Summerslam worthy. They had a good match at Mania, but Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks, SmackDown Women's title on the line. Be good, but yeah. So Matt,
Really?
obviously champion here.
I think this is going to be a fantastic match, personally. The first one was really, really good. I'm hoping that it's of the same caliber. If it is, then it could be a match of the night candidate for sure. Where it's positioned on the card is anyone's guess. I'm saying it could be. What? Who knows? There's a lot of matches on the card which have potential to be show stealing for sure. If it's done right. Let's not forget that Tyson Kidd did a great job of booking. He booked all the female talent for WrestleMania, and all the female matches were pretty good. So I'm looking forward to seeing what I'm guessing that Tyson's in charge of this one again. So long may it continue if that's the case. And the person I've got here is Bianca Belair to retain a title. I can see her title reign running through to next Mania.
No. It's not Roman Reigns. No. The match of the night, Cena Reigns. That's your match of the night. This will be good.
It should be the match of the night, but will it be?
It's Roman Reigns, of course. So Belair to retain here. If the match happens, which it's rumoured to not, it's going to do, it might do, but let's say it does. Belair walks out the champion. Billy, he's still there. Who wins?
Yeah. I'm going to go with Belair to pick up the victory here because Sasha Banks doesn't need the title right now, and they can easily just use this match as basically a throwaway match for the title, where Belair just easily wins and calls it a day there as they find a new challenger for her.
I bet they don't. I bet they'll rematch at Extreme Rules next month, and then Saudi, and then WWE want to get as much as they can out of this feud. Next match. This was good at Money in the Bank. Should win on the main card. Some of the SmackDown tag team titles. Usos taking on Rey and Dominic and Mysterios. Again, SummerSlam worthy. Nope. I'll take this first. Usos retain. If Usos retain here, Reigns is winning. Makes no sense Reigns losing as the leader of the bloodline. So if Usos win, Reigns is winning. Matt, who's working out champions.
SummerSlam and Dominic go hand in hand, let's face it, don't they? Going back 16 years when Dominic made his first pay-per-view appearance in the ring, technically. I jest, of course. I want Mysterios to go over here, but as you say, it makes sense for the Usos to have the tag titles. Dominic Mysterio, since he come in, hasn't put a foot wrong. He has had probably the best year of any person we have seen their entire wrestling career on the main roster. We have seen every single match on TV or pay-per-view, every single one. But I'm not comparing him to people like Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle was another class when he came to a debut year. He came in Olympic gold medal. He was of a caliber main event. Mysterio Dominic has had the best because obviously this marks the anniversary of him starting in the ring. He wrestled Rollins at Summerslam last year. I'd love to see the Mysterios regain the championships, because that will just send Jey Uso even more crazy. And I want to see what I'm loving what the Usos are doing right now, because I actually think they might have to drop the titles anyway due to Jimmy having a DUI to answer to. So I think they may be forced to have the titles changed here. To be fair,
They won't. You must acknowledge them. Anyway, so no, if we don't acknowledge them, we acknowledge Reigns. Anyway, Billy or Usos retaining.
The Usos are easily going to retain because they're going to want them to hold the belts for a while, make the tribal chief look a little stronger. Because if he can be dominant over these two champions here, why can't he keep his belt too? So it's easy. If one retains, the other's retaining. It's that simple.
Yes, that's what I just said. Well, about 2 minutes ago. This one, finally getting to a match that's somewhat SummerSlam worthy and a nice little storyline going into it. The Raw Women's title, Rhea Ripley, Nikki ASH, and Charlotte Flair. Woo! No, this is awful. For the Raw Women's title, once again, Billy, you went last. We'll go first now. Who's walking out champion?
I see easily seeing Nikki Ash retaining because Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley are going to just battle out. Forget about her. She's just going to come in, get them both down, pin one of them, and call it a day. Because neither one of them need the title right now because they're that good. She needs it because there's nothing left for her without the title.
I 100% agree with Billy on this one. Nikki ASH, this is her own creation. This isn't something that creator come out with. This is her creation, and I personally like it because I like seeing talent actually being creative themselves sometimes. And she finally got singles gold to back it up with. She's very, very good in the ring. And the fact that she can actually wrestle as good as any of them women on that roster. But for so long, she's just not been given an opportunity to showcase it. So, almost word for word what Billy said, I can see Nikki snatching a win, and almost word for word, Ripley and Flair are going to feud up to Survivor Series, where they'll be probably co-captains of the Raw Women's Survivor Series team. It's going to happen because I know how they book it.
Purely awful. Rhea Ripley is trash. Rhea Ripley she was good in NXT, good in NXT UK on the main roster. Pure trash. She got called way too long. Should have never won the title. Is she heel? Is she face? Who knows?
Who cares? She's
and
great.
cut some so bad promos. Like, boring.
Is that?
But
I'm just going to say, is that more her writing, the writing, rather than her?
some people can do it, some people can't, I guess. All the promos are tips, Reigns, Cena, certain people, they're all scripted. So, but Nikki Ace retains here. Does Becky Lynch return? Really?
No, not at all. I don't see her returning in this month. If she was to return, it'll be in the SmackDown match, not the Raw.
I feel that we're gonna save her to a Rumble. Because that's gonna be one hell of a pop when she comes back at a Rumble.
That's where the big returns happen. So Rumble, I'm going to take another break, but hopefully it doesn't freeze this time. If it freezes, I'm going to smash my foot. I won't. But right, here we go. There we go. I didn't freeze at the time. All my socials, add me, follow me, all of that.
Damn
So
right.
rematches to go. And this should be good. Dream match, years in the making. Looking forward to it. SummerSlam worthy. Edge. Show it. Edge versus Seth Rollins. This should be good. Edge taking the win here. Needs a big win since coming after SummerSlam and Money in the Bank. Makes sense for Edge to win. Seth Rollins doesn't really need that win. He's never getting a title shot as long as Reigns is champion. Yeah, Edge to be the winner here. Matt, who's walking out with a victory.
I was very, very lucky to see Seth Rollins win the Universal Championship at WrestleMania 35. I was privileged enough to see the Beast get slayed. I also I've never had a chance to see Edge in action ever, unfortunately, and that's to my detriment. Unfortunately, I would have liked to have seen that. Edge is Mr. SummerSlam. He'd had big matches at SummerSlam. He'd had Hell in a Cell matches, TLC matches, ladder matches, Extreme Rules matches. He always finds a way to win or at least survive. With a couple of exceptions there, obviously, but this man, they built it up so beautifully, and it feels so natural the way they built it up. Played into all their stuff from back in 2014. I'm loving this. It is so beautifully written, which you can't say a lot of stuff in WWE. It's well written sometimes, but this just feels so organic, and it's just like, well, Edge versus Seth, and that makes perfect sense. I'm half to say I don't care who wins because we win because we get to see it. This should be the semi-main event, as in second last to go on, in my opinion. I think Edge will go over, but I also see this rivalry continuing. Not necessarily at the same time, but as in they'll revisit it later on down the year, sort of thing. Sort of like back at Rumble, sort of thing. You know, like how Austin and Rock used to be on off rivalry. I can see this being this sort of thing, and I'm fine with that.
Okay, Billy, Edge, or Rollins?
I'm gonna go with Edge because Edge really hasn't had that pop of a victory that I've noticed. But Seth Rollins could use this as a way to get to the title picture, and we see Seth versus Reigns if he easily picks up the victory here. But Edge is most likely going over because we don't even see that match.
Reigns is capable of getting to Reigns in a minute, but Rollins isn't getting nowhere near that title while Reigns has it. Both heel, and Rollins is nowhere near in Reigns' league, so no.
Unless I'm wrong, and I could be. Since Royal Rumble, when Edge won the Rumble match itself, I think Edge has won one match.
Yeah.
Having said that, again do so. But at the same time, I don't necessarily know if Edge needs to win matches because he's that over. We're just having him in dream matches.
You said so quickly. We'll take about a minute to speak about this. So you went to Mania. Is that the only one you've been to, or?
I've been to Mania 35. Yeah.
Is that the only one?
So far, yes.
Did you do Raw Hall of Fame Takeover?
Unfortunately, no. I was taking a lot of other stuff. I was taking the G1. I was taking in indie shows. Yeah, you couldn't get a ticket for Takeover. You couldn't get a ticket for it.
So just Mania?
Just Mania itself, yeah.
Did you do Access?
No, again, we were doing all the indie shows. That's where me and Graham from Good Cop Bad Cop, that was like, we wanted to do the indie shows to support the guys who we've been interviewing and things like that. So it was a cool thing to be a part of. I'd love to do it again for sure, but it probably be probably WrestleMania 40 before I start looking at that again.
And how close were you to the ring?
15 rows back, so not that far really.
Very, very quickly, 10 seconds. I'll say this: if I went to Mania, I'd do access to Hall of Fame. All of it would cost me thousands. I'd be like, would eat, drink, spend money everywhere. Let's get into the match we're all can't wait to talk about. Bobby Lashley, Goldberg for the WWE title. Who cares about Goldberg anymore? He's the only legend they've got. They keep dragging him out, and he buries his legend status when he keeps losing. Does beating Goldberg mean anything anymore? Not really. Well, Lashley wins here. If Goldberg wins, we can't. Well, he's not going to win. Thank God. Lashley, great champion. Lashley's been. Lashley wins. Hopefully, Jesus. Matt, who walks out champion?
The smart money says Lashley. Smart money says Lashley. And to be fair, up until about half an hour ago, I would have said Lashley without even a second thought. But Goldberg had an interview this week when he was asked how many matches he has left on his current deal. He has 2 matches left on his current deal. However,
2 matches a year.
No,
so
2 matches left. No, two matches left total in his contract. However, he's got a new contract.
Too many.
However, he has a new contract being negotiated right now, so he very well could end up being around a lot more than you want him to be. So I'm saying if they have signed into another contract, he might walk out champion. I don't want him to, and I'm saying Lashley will win, but I'm just going to leave that one in your head. Goldberg discussing a new contract.
Why? He's there just for a paycheck. That's it.
But what I will say is that this will be short, hard-hitting, and you know those sort of matches Goldberg excels at, and Lashley excels at that sort of thing too. This is to give Lashley some rub for sure, because Goldberg has taken out Lesnar, he's taken out Taker, he's taken out everyone in front of him, sort of thing. But he's never beaten someone like Lashley. So this would be quite. It'd be a nice scalp to put on Lashley's wall for sure, because Lesnar only got 1 win over him.
Goldberg Taker was awful, and Lashley needs to destroy Goldberg like he did with Kofi. Destroy him in seconds. Get rid of Goldberg. Billy, Lashley, Goldberg.
Goldberg is easily going to be defeated in this match. He's not getting the victory because he wants to face John Cena. They don't need a title for neither one of them. And that's what I said.
Dream match. That's a dream match, I suppose. But
Goldberg,
1, 2, 3, done.
Goldberg has said he wants to face Cena and he wants to face Reigns. In fact,
Cena's done. After SummerSlam, Cena's done.
It was supposed to be Goldberg versus Reigns last year at WrestleMania, to be fair. So that match is long overdue.
And before we get into the main event, does Big E cash in? Or try to cash in?
As of recording, he can't cash in because Corbin's got the briefcase.
Yeah, but he's going to get it back.
Yeah, but as of recording, he hasn't got it back. So at the moment, Corbin could cash it in. Even though he's not the legal hold of it, he has possession of the briefcase.
Big E's going to get it back, so I think Big E cashes in. If Goldberg wins, Big E's cashing in, definitely.
I personally see Big E cashing in on Lashley down the line, but I also see him announcing he's going to cash it in. So, because that's the sort of guy Big E is built up to be, and we want to see Big E versus Lashley. We all want to see that. That's going to be a power battle we all want to see, and I'm here for it.
And let's get into our main event of the evening, the only match worth talking about. This is SummerSlam worthy. Head of the table, Tribal Chief, the Universal Champion against John Cena. So, Billy, Cena or Reigns?
I see Reigns retaining this with the help of the Usos. but John Cena's going to easily get rid of the Usos out of the equation real quick, and then it's going to go down to probably Reigns and him one-on-one for about, let's say about 30 minutes, because John Cena's matches are always longer than most people's matches on the card. And Reigns hits that spear, gets him right there, but Cena's kicking out at least 2 spears in that match.
Reigns easily wins. Job out John Cena. He won't job him out. They'll have a nice long match. But Cena is gone after next month after Madison Square Garden. Doesn't need a title. He's basically back to do what The Rock did. You know, no need to be The Rock to promote a movie and to lose to Reigns. Like I said, if Usos retain earlier in the night, Reigns is keeping that title. Do not put that title on Cena. He's not going to be around to defend it. There you go. So Matt, Reigns, or Cena.
One thing I before I get into who I think will win this, I need to remind you guys of a few things. Vince doesn't care about who holds championships because it's a prop. Vince does not care about that. If that's the case, Lesnar would not have been allowed to hold it. After what's happened this past week and these past few weeks, in fact, WWE very much want to have someone else as the most world champion in history. John Cena needs one more to become a 17 time world champion. And after the promo that he cut, where he almost word for word did a he was word for word quoted what happened to CM Punk in 2011. Like, I'm gonna win that title, I'm gonna jump the barricade, I'll even blow you a kiss. I think Reigns will win, maybe should win, but they're planting some doubts in my head because I'm thinking like they're almost very, very beautifully working this. I mean, Reigns is doing a phenomenal job in the role he's doing. He should have been doing this 5 years ago. 5 years ago, he should have been doing this for sure. But he's doing it now, and that's what matters. The money match, of course, is Rock versus Reigns at Mania. But I would argue that Reigns doesn't need the championship.
Reigns at Mania.
Yeah. But I don't think they need a championship for that match to be big. They don't.
Yeah.
So I expect to see Reigns win this match. But at the same time, I would not be surprised in the slightest if Cena walks out with the gold.
Cena wins. Big E catches in. Reigns ain't. Big E's not beating Reigns, so Big E's going to lose straight away. Pointless. And if Big E goes to Raw and wins, it's Big E. Reigns at Survivor Series, same deal. Reigns is champion until WrestleMania and beyond. The Rock's not beating him. Rock doesn't need it.
We just have to wait and see because either way, this is the beautiful thing that what we can all do is we can all speculate about these sorts of things. What amazes me is that you, as a absolute massive fan of the Great One, you don't think he's got a chance against the self-proclaimed head of the table.
He's going to hold the title. He's got a movie to promote. The Rock will turn at one match, job to Reigns, and be gone. Never to be seen again. Maybe the Hall of Fame, that'll be it.
He's still
unless you do give it to the Rock and the Rock gives it up the night after or something on Raw. Maybe, but very doubtful. I'd have the Rock lose.
We'll talk about that
anyway.
In WrestleMania time.
So I'll let you both promote yourselves. Billy just said his phone's going to be dying soon.
After you, Bill, yeah.
First. Jesus. Hang on.
Don't forget.
Give me one second. Why is it not letting me do it?
There you go.
Guys, don't forget to check out Pro Wrestling Teeth and search Billy Ray Dog on Pro Wrestling Teeth. And don't forget to check out my YouTube channel, Red Billy Dog F8. And if you get t-shirts, I'll get you shout outs on my YouTube channel. If y'all get t-shirts, shout outs on my YouTube channel. All Don't forget to check me out on Twitter, RedBillyDogF9, and follow me on Facebook, Red Billy Dog, and Wrestling of the World on Facebook.
There we go. Right, Matt. Give me 1 second. Jesus, where are the right? Right, Matt, off you go.
You can find me at Madtech UK on Twitter. You can find me on Good Cop, Bad Cop every Sunday. You can find me on Radio Techers every weekend as well. And you can find me on a multitude of shows across Viz Global Media. Just search for at Viz Global Media. You can find everything I'm a part of over on that channel or at Radio Techers.
And thank you. We'll go back to Jesus, what the that.
There we go.
Right, so thank you to both joining me. I'm going to take you both out now, but we'll chat backstage if you like. It's up to you. But right, so I'll just finish up here. There we go. So thank you to Matt. Thanks to Billy. My next one, Summerslam review. Again, hopefully with 2 guests. Billy, if you're available, join me for that. That will be Sunday. And we'll wait and see what happens at WrestleMania. This has been the channel that's been scorching, sizzling, hotter than any barbecue, and always ready for a party. The People's Wrestling Channel, and it is Ricky Goldman out.